HD Wow episode season 2. Season 2 episode September. Take 1.
Hello, HTWOW listeners. You have found... No. Take 2.
Season 2 September. Take 2.
Hello, HTWOW listeners. Thank you for tuning in. Before we get to the fabulous content that you are anxiously awaiting, Toby and I would like to take a moment to let you in on the best ways to follow our podcast and to communicate with our podcast. Right, Toby?
Right. You have a new email you said earlier.
Yeah. We talked about the email address at the head of the last podcast, so I just wanted to pump it up again in the event that somebody who listens to this cares enough to send us a note of encouragement or hate mail.
So that's what you want. You just want to...
I just want acknowledgement that someone actually listens to this.
It would be cool just for a test. Just
Yeah,
if someone...
just put in the email address. The email address is htwowpod@gmail.com. htwowpod@gmail.com. And then in the subject line, just put test and then hit send. We just want to make sure it works.
Yeah, let's make sure it works.
Yes. So please make note of that. htwowpod@gmail.com is our email address. And seriously, if you have suggestions on themed episodes for Toby, I know he's got a backlog of ideas. We've talked about a bunch of them off the air of the podcast, and who knows how long it'll take to get through all of them. But if you have one that maybe trumps all of the ones that he's got in the back of his mind, if there's something that you want him to take us through and revisit, then please send that. If you have ideas on great new stuff that you want me to play, send it. I'm happy to listen, and maybe your stuff will make it onto the pod. And we also want you to bookmark oldwaver.com. That's kind of our default website. That is where you can find the latest episodes, and you can find a repository of all the old episodes. So if you go to the menu bar at the top, there's a tab that says podcasts. And if you click on that, you can see all 15 episodes now of this wonderful podcast.
It's intense.
It's unbelievable the amount of content that you and I have created.
It really is unbelievable.
I don't know that you and I, when we started this over a year ago, if we fathomed the amount of content that we would create and the amount of impact that we would have on the world. But here we are.
Content
And impact. And synergy. HTWOW.
Those are power words.
Yes. HTWOW is all about power words and power bottoms. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
I just heard a commotion, and Winnie was out there ripping it to shreds even further.
Oh no!
And strewing the cotton stuffing everywhere. So it's in the trash in the alley now.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah. So R.I.P. Monkey.
Did you clean your carpet? I think that's what I had. One of those double cassettes. Remember those awkward cases that had the double cassettes in them?
No.
You never...
Oh, yeah. I think I maybe had, I don't know, maybe like the Scorpions live album was a double cassette. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seeming to be led alive. coal. God will burn this whole madhouse down. My house go old, like a walnut safe. Love that sick box and all exquisite stuff. Yourself your father.
Hello, HTWOW listeners. You have made it to the September 2018 episode of High Tea with Old Waver. Episode 15, if you're counting at home. We've made it beyond a year. We've made it halfway to 20 from 10. That was
Okay.
weird. We've made it 3/4 of the way to 20.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
No, it's the 15th episode.
Okay. So what? So how do you explain it again?
Can you believe it has been 28 years this month since Heaven or Las Vegas by the Cocteau Twins came out?
Is it 28? I said that earlier,
Yes,
but I think
came out in 1990. That was our...
It was another one of those Jeff K posts. You know how he does that?
Yeah, he always has all the birthdays and the album anniversaries down. He's very put together on his social media.
I don't know how he's one of those guys that it seems like he has more time in the day than most.
Maybe
Even
so.
though there's no way he could. I mean, how could he? He's always
he
taking.
has like 10 jobs.
He does the Stars, the Cowboys, the DJ. He's always at special events.
Cocteau Twins kick us off, and I suppose it's somewhat appropriate because at least my half of the program is going to be a little shoegazy, probably stuff that owes quite a debt to the Cocteau Twins.
And I might do like I was saying earlier, Elizabeth Fraser review later on.
Yes.
Not
need
today.
To. You need to. Not today, but you will. By the way, my name is Dave Lane. I am Old Waver, at Old Waver on Twitter. With me on the HTWOW podcast is Toby Pipes, at Toby Pipes on Twitter. And together, we do this podcast once a month because I live in Dallas and he lives in College Station, and we record this in his home studio in College Station. We do a song swap and a beer swap. So I bring 3 songs, he brings 3 songs. I usually try to bring new songs, current stuff that I think he will like, and then he plays old stuff that he thinks that I need to hear or I haven't heard in a while, and we hope that between the two of us, we bring you stuff that you want to hear, and we also get drunk while we do it.
Yeah, you brought weird beer.
Yeah, so I bring a beer and he buys a beer, and I usually try to find something really strong, so by the time we switch to his beer, we're already lit. And so this one is a 9%er. And it is from Clown Shoes Brewery. I didn't realize that Clown Shoes was from Boston. Did you know that?
No, I've never heard of that, and I love the picture on the front. Do you think that's a real person that has 4 arms?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, so it's Clown Shoes beer, and I got the Chocolate Sombrero, which is a Mexican-style chocolate stout.
It's got a 4-armed,
Like a
Mexican-
lucha libre
wrestler on the front,
with a chocolate sombrero on and clown shoes on.
which is weird for Boston. Are you sure it's Boston?
That's what it says. I mean, it's hard to read, but it says Clown Shoes Beer, Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
But yeah, he's taking a flying leap from the top turnbuckle, or maybe from the ladder.
Yeah,
he was
it looks
on
like he
the
brought
ladder.
a ladder into the ring.
Yeah, so he's about to pin his opponent with taking this flying leap with a cape and 4 arms and his lucha libre mask and his chocolate sombrero and his clown shoes and his knee pads.
Yeah.
So it's extremely, extremely dark. Like, it is so brown it's almost black. That's what she said.
Yeah. Do you taste the hints of chocolate?
Yeah, it's got kind of like that subtle chocolate, kind of the mole taste. Mm-hmm. It's not bad. I usually don't like stouts, but like I said, I always like to take risks. I always like to get things that are not only strong but weird and have the potential to be really awful.
Yeah, you took a risk. I mean, this is definitely one of those you will want one, maybe two.
Well, it only comes in a 4-pack, so
They do that on purpose.
Yeah,
then, 'cause I
there's-
can't see you.
yeah, there's 2 more. So hopefully we can choke this one down and choke the other ones down, and we'll be totally sloshed. And then when we switch to your beer is generally quite refreshing compared to what I bring. So
Yeah, and it
it
I
works
mean,
out.
my beer, it says it in the name, but we'll say what it is later.
yes. So thank you for joining us. We hope that you enjoy the next hour and a half to 2 hours of nonsense and music.
I think I did pretty good with the cutouts last time. Was it still 2 hours?
Yeah, I think it was 2 hours, but I guess we really rambled last time.
Man, we got tanked last time. I can't remember why.
I'm not sure either.
But yeah, there was a lot of dumb at the end of the last one. It's okay. Is that why people listen?
I guess so.
It's for the drunken idiots listening to music.
Yes, I will just let everyone know right off the top that I do not have a fart story this time.
Do you have a cat story?
I do not have a cat story either.
Do you have anything, or are we just going to listen to music? And
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I have. Maybe I can come up with a cat story. I'm going to have to think on that.
yeah, we'll need something. Have you gone on any vacations? Has there been a...
No, I really don't have anything to tell you. Oh, last night, so I don't want to like totally date this podcast. I don't want to talk about a specific game.
Doesn't matter. I don't think-
Because then when this comes out like 2 weeks from now, people be like, well, that happened forever ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, so friends of ours got together to watch a Cowboys game, and
Your house?
Yeah, my house this time.
Nice.
And so our friend Dale has his rescue dog named Baxter.
I really like Baxter.
Yes.
I partied with Baxter at Craig's the other day. Creek.
Yes, Baxter is a sweet rescue dog, and he looks exactly like Baxter from Anchorman, which is why that's his name.
Okay. I didn't catch that.
So anyway, every time Baxter comes over to the house, he always tries to mount one of our little dogs, Winnie. Winnie's a little Pomeranian.
Winnie's cute.
Winnie's cute, and they're both fixed. Nothing's going to happen, but for whatever reason, Baxter has a really high sex drive, and he tries to, get busy when we're all hanging out.
And let's face it, they're the perfect. If he's gonna find a girlfriend, that's it. Winnie's the one.
Yeah, but she's not interested.
Oh, she's not.
No, she's not interested at all.
But they've hung out plenty
Yeah, but
because
she
Dale lives down the street.
yeah, she does not care one bit for him.
That's a shame.
But fortunately,
He is from the streets.
yeah, well, she's from Mesquite. We like to remind her that she's from Mesquite. Don't get too prissy.
So what happened?
Well, fortunately, there is a distraction that kind of runs interference for Winnie. Mm-hmm. So one of Winnie and Lita's toys, one of the toys that we have gotten for the Palms, is a monkey. You know what I'm saying?
The monkey.
It's like a stuffed monkey.
How does the
It's
monkey distract?
it's like a dog toy, right?
Okay, yeah.
It's not a child stuffed animal. It's meant to be a dog toy.
Yeah, they can chew on it and run around
Yeah.
with it.
So and it's like pink and purple. It's very garish, and looks like a toy that a girl dog would have.
Yeah.
And it's got really long arms and legs. And then
Is it bigger than Winnie?
Yes, it's like twice the size of Winnie. And at the end of each of the appendages is like kind of a puffball. The paw is like a big round thing with like little knobs coming off of it. It's just different textures for the dogs to chew on and whatever.
Yeah, so both of your dogs play with this.
Yes.
Okay.
But whenever Baxter comes over, Baxter always gets out every single one of their toys and destroys all of them because he's a really aggressive chewer.
And it's the only time he can feel like a big dog.
Right.
Is around your dogs.
And so he found, several months ago, he found this monkey, and he, for whatever reason, entered into a sexual relationship with this monkey.
Oh, okay.
Because
So as Winnie and what's the other dog's name? I forget.
Lita.
Winnie and Lita. Is this a discarded toy? Like they like the toy, but they don't really play with it.
They don't really play with it.
Especially after Baxter
Yeah.
had his way.
And so I guess he liked it because it's so long that he could hold the monkey like around the monkey's chest to his chest. Like he could pin it against himself, and then the long legs of the monkey would be at about the same level of his junk. And then he would just lay kind of sideways on his side on the rug and just go to town on this monkey. And
During the game? Like, is this like...
Yeah, well,
or is this in a side room?
no, this is during the game on the rug in front of the TV.
Just in front of everyone?
Yeah, in front of everyone. No shame whatsoever. And so the first time that this happened, we picked up the monkey with a stick and put it in a trash bag, and Dale took it home because I didn't want it in my house anymore. And so Dale said he would put it in this cabinet, and that every once in a while Baxter would go over and sit and look at the cabinet and whimper.
Yeah.
And then he would get the monkey out, and then Baxter would take the monkey into the living room and, tire himself out, and then he would put the monkey away. And so they brought the monkey over so Baxter would not attack Winnie.
Oh, okay, so that's the
monkey,
distraction.
Yeah, the monkey
I
was
see.
running interference for Winnie. And so I'd like to take this moment to memorialize the monkey.
Why? What happened?
R.I.P. Monkey.
What happened?
Well, he probably went about 20 to 25 rounds with this monkey over the course of the evening, and ended up detaching both of its arms, just ripping them out of their sockets, and then pulling out the squeaker, and then pulling out almost all the stuffing. And I can show you a picture. Hold on.
Man.
I took this picture at the end of the night.
Baxter, jeez. He is from the streets.
That's the carcass of the monkey at the end of the night after Baxter was done with it. So I'm going to have to go to Pet Supplies Plus and see if I can find that monkey.
Was Winnie sad, or they don't even care? They've lost interest in this years ago?
No, well, this morning I forgot that it was still in the house.
Oh, they left the dead monkey there.
Yeah, they left the dead monkey.
Not a real monkey.
And then so this morning I just heard a commotion, and Winnie was out there ripping it to shreds even further.
Oh, no.
And strewing the cotton stuffing everywhere. So it's in the trash in the alley now.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah. So R.I.P. Monkey.
Did you clean your carpet?
No, but Craig, when I sent the picture of the dead monkey on the rug,
He just passed out.
no, Craig sent back a link to the rugs page at Pottery Barn.
Pottery Barn has a rugs. Oh, to get a new one.
Yeah.
Oh,
the online store.
yeah. I thought you meant. Of course, he has that. Just
Yeah, he has
ready
it,
to go.
like, bookmarked.
Someone didn't put a coaster down.
Right.
New table next day.
Right. Yeah.
What does he do with his old stuff? Does he just put it out on the curb?
Yeah. I guess he just puts it out at the curb, and where he lives in East Dallas, it's gone in 15 minutes. Somebody will take Craig's gently used items. All right, let's get the tunes going.
Let's get a tune going.
I always get to go first, and I have, I think, a pretty interesting tune to start with.
Well, you said shoegaze. Are you going old shoegaze, or are you doing
No,
new?
this is all new stuff.
Okay.
And this first song is the first single off an album that doesn't even come out until next year.
Look at you. Did they send it to you personally?
No.
Oh.
No, they did not send it to me personally. But the album comes out in January. It's entitled "It Won't Be Like This All the Time," and it is the 5th studio album
Fifth.
by the Scottish band The Twilight Sad. You familiar with The Twilight Sad?
I'd really love to say I know what that is, but I don't. I don't know what that is.
Well, they are on
5th record?
5th record. They are on the Rock Action Records, which is Mogwai's record label. Mm-hmm. And they have opened for The Cure. I think it was in 2014 or 2015. They went on tour and opened for The Cure. And then Robert Smith loves them and picked them for that show at Hyde Park.
Did you miss them?
I
I
missed them. I wasn't there to see them, but he picked them for that show. He's picked them for many different things, and I think
figured they'd be early on.
I think maybe he did like a single or a remix or something with them as well.
Golly, it sure is handy if Robert Smith likes you.
If he's like your advocate and your best friend.
How do we get Robert to like the pod?
I don't know. I don't know that he would. It's too American, too boring.
No, he's into it.
You think?
No.
Now, I don't know a ton about them. Their last 2 records have been pretty well known, kind of in indie circles. In 2010, 2012, they put out No One Can Ever Know. And then in 2015, they put out Nobody Wants to Be Here and Nobody Wants to Leave. They really like long titles.
Yeah, but they are Twilight Sad.
Yes, they are very sad. And so this is the first single off their forthcoming album. And it's a bit of a change of direction for them. You know, they've gone from somewhat shoegazy to a little bit noisier to a little bit krautrocky, and now they're going a little bit synth poppy.
Oh, nice.
In kind of a sparse, dark way. I think you might like this. This is from their upcoming 5th record, and it's entitled Videograms on HT Wow. Bring it out.
It's good. I like that band. So you're saying all their records don't sound exactly.
No, yeah. Like I said, I'm not that familiar to tell you that they've never used drum machines or they've never done anything similar to that. But I believe that this is somewhat of a departure for them.
How do you come across the Twilight Sad?
I don't know.
A Cure thing, maybe?
Yeah, I think the Cure thing, that relationship. Like I said, I'm only aware of the previous two records, not the first two, and I've never really listened to them all that much. I do know that. So the lead singer is a guy named James Graham, and you can definitely tell that he's got his Scottish brogue.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's also really simple stuff.
Right. Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
they describe their music as folk music with layers of noise.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So it is very simple, sad songs, but then just very dense production on top of it. But yeah, it in his earlier records, his Scottish accent is almost unlistenable.
Yeah,
it's so thick.
I kind of like that though. It's kind of I don't know. It's I wasn't expecting that voice to come.
Right? Yeah.
It's
very unique, but it somehow fits.
Yeah, and it's a little bit Chameleons, right?
A little bit.
They have a little of the band has a little Chameleons thing going on.
Yeah, so maybe we can dive into their back catalog a little bit and just sample a tune or two later in the After Hours HT Wow.
Late night sessions. It's on the dark web.
Yeah.
So they don't have anything to do with the movie, like the bar in Dallas and Fort Worth.
They don't have anything to do with Twilight Dallas or Twilight Fort Worth or the Twilight series of books or the Twilight series of films.
But the bars in Dallas and Fort Worth are themed from the movie.
Yes, Danny definitely chose that name because he loves
The Twilight movie.
He loves the Twilight movies.
Mainly, every time anyone mentions it, he's more like, I like the books.
He was team werewolf guy, whoever the werewolf guy was.
Steve.
Yeah, he was hashtag Team Steve.
I'm kidding. I don't know. Did you ever see any of the Twilights?
I've seen bits and pieces of... I don't even know which one.
You never sat down at a movie theater? And
No, I've never seen them in the theater. I've seen maybe 30 minutes on like HBO or something.
Is it terrible?
Yeah, the special effects are not very special. Like when you see the dude turning into a werewolf, it's
like you believe your raped monkey is more of a monkey than the werewolf?
Yes.
Poor monkey. Poor rapey monkey. Is that its nickname?
Rapey monkey. If I go into Pet Supplies Plus and I ask if they have any rapey monkeys in stock, do you think they'll know what I'm talking about?
Especially if you get really specific and like not I need the purple black striped rapey monkey.
Yeah. He only wants that one.
Am I going to need to cut this out?
Probably.
The rapey monkey talk?
Yeah.
Maybe I will. Maybe I
So,
won't.
all right. So that's the Twilight Sad. That is the least shoegazy of the things that I'm playing today. We will get increasingly shoegazy
It is.
as we go along.
We say this a lot, but that is a lot of... it's a throwback. That is some influence all over that one.
Yes.
You really know why Robert likes that.
Yes.
He might as well have played his own song and had someone sing on it.
Yeah. All of the stuff that I'm going to play today, you can definitely pick out definite influences of stuff that we like. So that's why I'm playing them.
I like stuff.
And you are doing a themed episode, as you are wont to do.
As I want to have.
But you're doing a not a band, but an individual, similar to last month where we did what's his face?
Vince Clarke.
Vince Clarke.
Well, it started off being a band. It was going to be a House Martins themed because I used to really like the House Martins. Did you? What's your feeling about the House Martins?
I don't really know very much about them, so I'm curious to hear what you've got in store today.
Yeah, I don't remember how I came across the House Martins. They were just another one of those,
They were late 80s, early 90s, or were they done by the 90s?
I think they were done by the end of the 80s. We'll have to look. See, this is one
English,
of those things. Yeah, and I don't know a ton about, like, I don't know the House Martins and the whole history, like, say, a Depeche Mode, Cure, Smiths thing. I just really like their stuff. They were another one of those bands, white t-shirts, blue jeans, big black belt.
Evidently, they were active 83 to 88.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then they split off, and I was going to go keep it with a House Martins thing, so it would go on to Norman Cook stuff, but also the Beautiful South. But I don't... what do you think of the Beautiful South?
I'm looking at the wiki right now. I don't remember the Beautiful South. Maybe if you played me something I would know. I remember Beats International.
Well, that's a Norman Cook thing.
Yeah.
Right. But I like his whole side of the thing, and a lot of people I know ended up really liking the Beautiful South, but I never really got into it. It was a little too
because that was the other dudes. Paul Heaton and Dave Hemingway formed the Beautiful South.
Right, from the House Martins.
And so
it's kind of ballady, where are they from?
They're from Hull.
Hull. Yeah. So that is the first Hull record, the Hull 4 London 0.
Oh, the House Martins record?
Yeah. That's what this first song is from, and that was their big kickoff thing. But it's a party song, and that's why I picked it.
They only have 2 full-length records, and the first one was 86, London 0, Hull 4.
Mm-hmm. And look like a soccer score, but It wasn't.
And then 87, The People Who Grinned Themselves to Death.
Yeah, and I have that on the vinyl. You can say it however you want. But this first song is a party song. Like you have a thing in the 80s to get you going.
Right, like you have your song that you play when you're about to go out to the club.
Or just whatever.
Or to the pub.
Or to just whatever you're going to do. Sit in someone's living room and because you stole beer out of someone's dad's fridge that was in the garage and he didn't notice it for like 2 weeks. Remember the Pogues?
Yes.
They had a couple of party tunes,
All right, kind of English folky.
Yeah, this song just kind of gets you going. It's a
like kind of a pub sing-along type thing, right?
It is. It's called. Do you know the song Happy Hour?
I don't.
Oh, you're gonna love this, Dave. Let's go ahead and play it, and we'll talk about it after.
Okay.
This is Happy Hour by the House Martins.
What a good place to be. Don't believe it, 'cause you speak a different language and it's never really happened to me. Don't believe it, oh no, 'cause it's never really happened to me. No, it's another night out with a boss, following in footsteps, overgrown by mice and he's ugly. Good women go on trees, and if you catch them right, they will land upon the knees. Where they open all the wallets and they close all the minds, and they love to buy you all a drink. And if we ask all the questions and you take all your clothes up and back to the kitchen sink. What a good place to be. Don't believe it, 'cause you speak a different language and it's never really happened to me. Don't believe it, oh no, 'cause it's never been happy for me. No, what a good place to be. Don't believe it. Speak a different language and it's never really happened to me.
It just makes you happy and makes you want to drink.
I know, right? And
I just cracked my second clown shoes, by the way.
what do you think? How's the second one feeling?
Good, because it's colder.
Oh, were they in the freezer the whole
Yeah.
time? Do you put the other ones in there?
Yeah, they were all in the freezer.
Even no, I mean my next one.
No.
I'll go in a second. So what do you think of that? I'm surprised that never.
Yeah, that didn't cross my radar. I'm surprised to learn that went to number 3 in the UK in '86. Caravan of Love went to number 1 later in '86, but that was just a single. That wasn't on the record, right?
Yeah, and I think that might have been a Acapulco style, acapella
Oh, was
tune.
it?
So that's why I didn't play that. I want to say it was because they can all sing their asses off.
Yeah, it was an acapella version.
Of what? The Caravan of...
Yeah.
We'll
Caravan
listen to
of
that
Love.
later. I have a...
Does it sound like oh God, what is the like pentatonics?
No, it sounds like a bunch of pub people singing a
Oh,
tune.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's they're good singers, but I wasn't...
They're
gonna-
not doing.
I don't think they're doing any instruments with their voices, but they I haven't listened to it in a long time. A lot of a cappella songs don't really come up in my mix a
No.
lot. But so yeah, happy hour. That's a good way to kick the night off, right?
Yeah, we're because it kind of is happy hour right now.
It is.
At least where we are
It is.
in our world.
I've been wanting, like you mentioned before, we couldn't tell if I've played that because I've been wanting to play the House Martins
I
since we
know.
started this thing, and I finally got to play.
Yeah,
House
I was
Martins.
confused when you said you were going to play that because I think when we did an all vinyl episode like 6 months ago or something, the House Martins were like the last cut.
Yeah, I
That-
almost
that
did
you,
the.
You almost played it, and then you were like, "No, I'm going to play something else instead." Like, what was it?
the jam.
The Jam. Yeah.
Yeah, but I almost did the people who grin themselves to death. But
Yeah,
the
and I-
whole
and I like
catalog, I
that,
would say that's one of those bands. Just get the greatest hits, like a compilation of the 2 records, and you're good. I think that's what I had. One of those double cassettes. Remember those awkward cases that had the double cassettes in them?
No.
You never.
Oh, yeah. I think I maybe had, I don't know, maybe like the Scorpions live album was a double cassette. I don't know.
Yeah. I had a double cassette of the House Martins at some point, and I listened to the crap out of it.
But they've never reunited, have they?
I don't think so, but I also didn't hear
Did they-
that
did
there
they
was
hate each
some.
other?
No, I didn't. I don't think that there's anything going like that. But Norman Cook, aka the Fat Boy Slim, has gone on to other things. So
Yes.
I don't see why he would. I mean,
Yeah.
they should for like at Reading. That would be awesome.
It looks like they got together in 2009 for a photo shoot and interview, but then they said they're not going to get back together.
They're not gonna play.
No.
Wonder if the Beautiful South keeps playing, or what those other 2 dudes do, and why they hate the drummer. Why doesn't the drummer do anything?
I know. Well, you're the expert on the House Martins. Why don't you tell me?
I am really not an expert on the House Martins, but I like the way they dress, so I copied it.
They wear track suits and jumpers.
Yeah, because I wear a lot of track suits and jumpers.
You wear a lot of hoodies.
I do wear a lot of hoodies, but no, they're like I was saying, the jeans, black shoes guys.
It's a
I think that they
they
would've-
were a little mod.
Sort of, but I don't know what you call that. You know, that kind of like I would guess that they would be like on the same bill with the Fine Young Cannibals. They kind of all look the same,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter either way. Let's move on to the next thing. We'll get into some more Norman Cook later, or should I just keep saying Fat Boy Slim? He's Fat Boy Slim.
No, I mean his name is Norman Cook, and you're not going to play. You're going to play one of his other bands, not Fat Boy Slim next.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not moving on with the House Martins guys. Now it's kind of like the Vince Clarke thing, moving towards Norman.
Okay.
because I like his stuff.
Before
better.
we get to my next tune, I did want to tell you something that I saw on my way down here today that I thought was kind of funny.
Did you go 45 or did you take the Waco way?
I went the Waco way because I wanted to stop at Slavacek's.
Yeah, man, that place is great.
It's so good. I although they were out of the bacon breakfast burritos, and I went with ham, and not as good.
It is kind of weird that they have happy pigs on their picture. Did you notice that? Mm-hmm. They look like they're in love. But go
Yeah.
ahead. What did you eat? What pigs did you eat?
Well, like I said, I had the ham breakfast burrito, and then I had a sausage kolache, and I didn't finish either of them because they were both kind of subpar today.
Were they really?
yeah.
Was there a line?
No.
That's nice.
But I did. It was before I stopped at Slavacek's. Right before the merge of 35E and 35W.
Hillsboro.
I got the Waze notification. Police sighted in the area. Police sighted in the area.
You have a different voice than
Whatever it is.
Did they stop you?
No.
Oh.
And so I am, I'm very cognizant of the speed limit, and I've got my eyes peeled for Smokey, and I see highway patrol in the middle of a traffic stop on the shoulder as I'm about to take the bridge to merge onto the.
So they've
the
already
connected
pulled
35.
someone over
Yes.
on the side of the road. I
Yes,
gotcha.
they've pulled somebody over, and the person that they've pulled over is in like a beater, like Chevy Celebrity,
What's a beater mean?
like just a beaten down jalopy, like
Okay.
like a mid '80s Chevy, with mismatched door panels,
Yeah.
and broken out windows. Just it barely runs. And it's one of those that has the very flat trunk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. You can fit some stuff in it.
Yeah. And so as I drive by, I don't see whoever is in the car, whoever is in the vehicle that's pulled over. So I don't know what their story is,
Yeah.
but I see the trooper, and he is he's busy on his handheld whatever. Writing the ticket or calling for backup. I don't know what he's doing. And as I drive by, I see on the back of the car, on the trunk, a giant, like the biggest bottle you can buy at the liquor store, a giant half-empty bottle of Crown.
That he's taken out of the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
That he pulled them over, and I guess they just had it on the passenger seat.
That's
A
good.
huge
Man,
bottle
this
of
must have
Crown.
been noon?
Yeah, it was right around lunchtime, and they were driving down 35 from 35E towards west in Hillsboro.
It also could have just been in the car. Doesn't mean they were
Maybe
tanked.
maybe it was under the seat.
Could have been
for
from
later.
last night.
But yeah, it was half full.
Big
I like
giant
to
Crown.
imagine that they were just tugging on it as they were driving down 35,
Little
and
sweet.
then they saw the DPS.
Little
and
Crown
panicked.
tug. He didn't have him outside of the car?
No, I'd never seen that before.
What, where he's displaying what they found in the car on the trunk and the
Yeah,
back?
just plopping the bottle of Crown on the trunk.
Well, that could have been worse.
Could have been.
Really could have been. But you
I made it safely.
made it safely. Went
I
to Slav's and had a subpar
Yeah.
burrito.
I had a subpar burrito, but I made good time, and I got here in
You
one
really
piece.
did. We started this up. We kind of know what we're doing now. Not while we're doing it, but to
No,
get it.
I mean,
but to get it going, we've kind of got a routine going now.
Yeah, I've got the route. I can make it here, no problem. We can set up the equipment, no problem. We can post it to the internet, no problem. It's this is the problem, like the actual talking
The actual
part.
talking part. But I try to fix it as much as I can. So you don't go back. do you go back the same Waco way, or do you change it up and go the 45?
I go whichever way Waze tells me.
Okay.
Or whichever way I feel like. Because sometimes it'll tell me to go the 45 way, and I'm like, no, I want to go buy Chip and JoJo's. Or I want to go buy Slavacek's.
It's nice. I still have never been to Chip and Joe's.
Maybe I'll take you one day.
I really want to go.
You know, they opened their diner.
Yeah, no, I saw that episode. I'd love to go to that too, but I'm guessing in that town there's just lines down the street, right?
Yeah, I read some of the Yelp reviews. You all right?
Yeah, I just slammed my headphones into the microphone.
Yeah, I read some of the Yelp reviews, and people were just like, "This place sucks. We had to wait like 4 hours."
Oh, there's bad reviews on the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Well, of course you're going to wait 4
Yeah,
hours.
they're like, we drove up from Austin. Yeah, they don't take reservations, and it's first come, first serve, and it's Chip and JoJo, you dummies.
They made me put my phone in a pouch. Don't they have the pouches by
yeah,
the...
they have the pouches.
I saw that episode, but I think it's voluntary. Like, you don't have to.
That's stupid.
They do want people to talk to people. Mm-hmm. I hate that.
Talking to people is overrated.
There's a new restaurant in town that I won't name that's really cool, but they have one of those community... The main table is a community table.
Oh, yeah.
Guess why I haven't been?
Because they always seat you at the community table.
I'm guessing they... Well, I can't take that chance. How do you feel about that? If you're at a restaurant and you see the giant table and they're like, well, we have two on the end right here. That's, to me, is nightmare.
I did go to a place recently that, like in the bar area, they have like maybe 4 of those big common tables, like high top tables.
Yeah.
But they have like sliding dividers on them. So
if they know people want to be divided, just divide it.
But you can sit down and then they slide the divider. So you have a little bit of a buffer.
That's not good
It's
enough.
almost like you're not at the same table as these strangers.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Well, we
Yeah,
just want people in the community to get to know each other.
Yeah, but maybe you would meet a new best friend, or you would meet someone who really loves the podcast and wants to be a patron and pay us money.
I have best friends, and I don't like them anyway. I don't want to meet any new ones.
You're very antisocial.
It's not
For
really
someone
that.
who's so
Well,
popular.
Also, the main thing is it's not even a matter of that. I don't want to eat with people. Like
I don't want people to look at me while I'm eating.
that's another thing.
I
Like,
have shame when I eat.
when you go to eat with people, it's because there's an understanding. Like, by the time you go to eat with them, we all know there are things about each other that we love and hate, and eating doesn't make a difference at this point. But I don't want to meet new people whilst eating. Is that just me?
No, I understand that completely.
It's just weird. And what if you kind of just want to eat and you're not in the best mood, and maybe you just wanted to go to dinner to kind of get in a better mood, but no, now Gerald and Francine want to talk about the weather,
Right.
because you can't really talk about it's. I guess my main panic always is small talk. You're pretty good at small talk.
No, I'm terrible at small talk. It makes my social anxiety go through
It
the roof.
shoots up. Small talk's the worst.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
if I have to engage in small talk, then I have to go home and lay in a hyperbaric chamber and
Okay, good.
recover.
That makes me feel better. So it's not just me. I'm glad that you have them as much hell as I do.
You would have just thrown up your hands and walked out the door. There was a moment on my European vacation. We wanted to. We didn't really have too much of a plan. We were just kind of pub hopping. This is when we were in London, and we were on the south side of the Thames, just kind of making our way to the London Eye. because we had tickets to the London Eye, the big Ferris wheel thing.
Yeah, also nightmare. I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of waiting in line and seeing people.
There are people with you in your cabin when you go up.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah. The big Ferris wheel cabin pod thing that you get in. There's probably, I don't know, like a dozen other people in there.
Already out.
So we're on our way, and we stop at the Globe, the Shakespeare Theater.
Yeah.
It's a recreation of the Globe Theater that of course, where Shakespeare's plays were produced back in whatever century that was.
Somewhere in the same vicinity.
Yeah,
is it the exact same vicinity?
No, it's in the same vicinity. I don't know where it is in relation to the actual site. It's right next to the Tate Modern.
Mm-hmm.
Cool little area, but they have a pub attached to the theater,
with a lot of mead.
and so we decided that we would have a drink and maybe have some dinner there on our way. And it was very crowded because there were people waiting for the show that night. And then there was also like a wedding reception upstairs. They have like a banquet hall upstairs. So there is very crowded.
Were there a lot of people juggling sticks? You know the thing where they
No,
have the two sticks
It wasn't like...
and they're like juggling the one stick? At Renaissance
Yeah, it
Fair?
wasn't like being at Scarborough Fair.
Okay.
And so they said, well, we have this one table if you would like, but it's a shared table. And so it's like a big booth. And we sit on one side, and on the other side, there's already a couple sitting there.
You're kidding me. A booth shared table where you're
Yes.
looking at each other's
Yes.
faces?
Yes, like they're me to you. They're right across the table. It was this older couple, probably in their 50s or 60s,
All right, that's better already.
that had come up from Southampton.
It's better that they're older, right?
Yeah, they had come up from Southampton for the weekend, and they were about to go see the show
Okay.
at the Globe. And so they were just having a snack and a drink before their show, and then we sat down and had our drinks and our dinner. And small talk. Where are you guys from? Oh, we're from Texas. Oh, it's hot there, huh? And where are you guys from? Southampton.
Did they
Ever been
mention-
there? No, never been there.
They didn't mention the Dallas TV show. That's
No, they didn't.
For that age, I'm thinking that would have been the first thing, but they didn't mention it.
Yeah.
JR, right?
Yeah. You would have walked right out. You would have said, no, sir, I am not sitting by that elderly couple.
But I don't know enough about Southampton.
Fortunately, my girlfriend loves to talk to strangers, so I just let her go.
That is key right there.
Right.
That's nice. See, Joanna hates
Although-
people more than I do, so
Right.
that's a whole thing.
Although it gives me anxiety when she's talking, because I don't want her, like when she says something, God, I wish you wouldn't have said that, or don't engage them further. Please don't. And then
Like-
she does.
Like, don't mention the train fart thing.
Right. Don't tell them about when I farted in that woman's face in the
Did
train.
she tell that story on
No,
the
she
train?
didn't. Anyway,
I bet.
All right.
I bet that lovely couple. Do you remember their names?
no idea. No idea.
Were you
They were-
afraid?
they were nice. They
were
were-
you
they were
afraid
fine.
at one point that Marissa would invite them to meet y'all later?
No, I never had any fear of that.
Okay, so she's friendly, but she's not like.
No, she's not going to go out of her way to make them feel more comfortable than me.
Okay, good.
How's the chocolate sombrero treating you, by the way?
It's good, but I gotta tell you, I'm ready to move on.
Are you?
Yeah, it's one of those. I don't mind this. You would call a Guinness a stout?
Yeah, or like a Newcastle.
I love
Well, I guess Newcastle's more of a brown ale, but it's borderline stout to me.
the Guinness is a stout that I can drink. If someone told me that I had to just drink that all night, I'd be fine. There's something about it that is not sticky to me.
Yeah, this is like a chocolatey Newcastle.
Yeah, there's something in it. I don't mind the taste of it. The taste of it's good, but it's too much. And I can also tell already by the way I'm talking that it's
It's too much.
9%.
Yeah, it is.
And that's
but I'm just trying to do my job. All right, so let's
That's
go on to my next tune.
I can't wait.
This tune, it might melt your face, or you might think it's stupid. I'm not sure. But it's a band called Nothing. Are you familiar with Nothing?
I've heard of the Nothing, and I think I know one or two songs from the Nothing.
Yes, Nothing are a band from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They formed in 2010, and they just put out their third full-length record. It's called Dance on the Blacktop. And I've followed them from the beginning. Their first record came out in 2014. It was called Guilty of Everything. And then in 2016, they came out with Tired of Tomorrow.
Nothing. Guilty of everything. But they're from Philadelphia.
Yes, they're from Philadelphia.
So that's a totally different.
But yes, they're very noisy, very shoegazy, very soft, loud. If that means anything to you.
They're shoegazy, soft, loud.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, like there's a lot of drony, noisy guitars, but it's not like it's in your face.
Well, but they also do like kind of the like the acoustic thing, and then smash you in the face with a wall of guitars. You know what I mean?
That's nice. I like that already.
Yeah. So they've put out a few singles leading up to the release of the record. It came out last month, and the one that I really gravitated to was called Blue Line Baby, and I guess they said it was kind of based on the story of like a high school girl in Philadelphia that died of a heroin overdose. That was kind of like the genesis of this song.
It's sad.
It is sad, but
It's Twilight sad.
but this song shreds, and so I hope that you will enjoy it. I hope that it will not make you Twilight sad. I hope that it will make you
Nothing.
chocolate sombrero drunk happy. This is Blue Line Baby from Nothing on HT Wow. What do you think about that, Brown?
They have obviously been to a few My Bloody Valentine concerts
Yeah,
and
they have.
decided
Yeah, they have.
that's what they want to do. Man, I like it. But of course I like it. It sounds just like My Bloody Valentine and Slowdive made a record, right?
Right?
So that's kind of cool that they're from Philadelphia, right? You said?
Yes, Philadelphia. Yeah, and I know you're always interested in production credits when they are noteworthy.
Yeah, that is, it sounds so Alan Mulder. It's insane.
I don't know if you know this name, but they recorded it in Woodstock, New York, with John Agnello. Does that name ring a bell?
Not really, but man, a lot of Woodstock is, there's a lot of really cool places to, they have a lot of the studios where the bands can stay, and it's
Right.
cool to be up there. And
Well, John Agnello has done stuff with Kurt Vile, Dinosaur Jr., and Sonic Youth.
yeah, that all makes sense. Those guitars are loud and proud.
Yes.
Yeah, it does have a Sonic Youth thing going on too, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. I like it. Have you ever seen Nothings?
No, they're coming to Dada in the not too distant future, and I hope to make it.
Dada?
Yeah.
That's cool that they're coming to Dada, but for some reason I thought they were bigger than
Yeah, no, they're still kind of a club band. They haven't graduated to the Granadas of the world. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just because shoegaze is still kind of a niche thing.
I guess so. That was really cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And I even like, I do like the new record, but the last record, Tired of Tomorrow, front to cover,
Front to back.
it's really, really good.
Front to cover. Thanks for finding that for us, Dave.
You're welcome.
On our listening journey through the HT Wow Season 2 September episode.
And as I mentioned, I'm getting increasingly shoegazy as we go. So the third song that I'm going to play is, it may as well be a Slowdive cover band.
I don't know if you can get more shoegazy than what we
Oh,
just...
we will.
That is...
Just be prepared. We will.
It's also like... It's like a... My Bloody Valentine Slowdive band, and then Ned's Atomic Dustbin just jumped right in the middle
Right.
of it. And
Or
went,
like Helmet.
yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I like loud guitars sometimes.
Let's move on to another tune.
Yeah, let's. I
don't have any stories,
Because I
really.
want to finish this beer, and then I want to move on to your beer, and then I want to move on to another one of your beers, and then I want to just keep partying.
Yeah, and then we'll keep partying after that. Maybe at a different, maybe at a local drinking establishment.
Maybe we will.
Here in town.
So we have moved on now. The House Martins have broken up, and they have gone their separate ways. Paul Heaton and Dave Hemingway have formed the Beautiful South, and Norman Cook has kind of had his hands in a bunch of different projects.
Well,
Which one are you going to do?
Well, you mentioned the Beats International thing, right?
Yes.
What is that?
Beats International. Gosh, it was kind of like a collective type thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
And they I think they only did one record. Oh, I guess they did two. Let Them Eat Bingo was their first record, and it charted.
So you're looking at a page right now. When did Freak Power come out? Was that after Beats International or around the same time?
Freak Power was later. Freak Power was into the 90s.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
Like 93, 94.
I don't know a ton about, about this whole transition into Fatboy Slim, but he was in a bunch of different things. I think he has some record, like I was reading on the wiki or something, that he has the Guinness Book of most singles in the top 40 from different bands.
Oh, really? I'll have to look that up.
We'll find it on the next...
Yeah, so I guess Freak Power was a band, and then it kind of morphed into Fatboy Slim.
Well, no, I think Freak Power even kept going at some point without him.
Yeah, I think so.
And then, but he formed Freak Power to start.
Yeah, and I don't know why I remember Beats International, but I remember. So the single from that first record was called "Dub Be Good to Me."
Yeah, and that was I almost played that.
Yeah,
It's
and
pretty
that was
good.
that was kind of a club jam.
Yeah, it was a. They had their hit, and then they all moved on. You know, he started. They kind of like the Dust Brothers, and like they got really into looping samples.
Yeah,
and doing
well,
all,
it says here that "Dub Be Good to Me" had a sample of the Clash's "Guns of Brixton."
right.
So yeah, they started to get into kind of looping and sampling at
Yeah,
that point.
a lot of people end of the 80s, early 90s. I mean, of course, rap music was doing it, but then there was this whole side of this dance thing that was, and also DJing and producing songs that they really started looping all this stuff and getting real creative with it. But
And it was before, because it wasn't until Beastie Boys' Paul's Boutique that
and that's a Dust Brothers thing, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't until that record that spawned all kinds of lawsuits over copyrights.
People had to start paying.
Yeah,
after
then
that.
you had to start paying royalties to the samples that you used. But
Mm-hmm.
before that, you could just use samples
Yeah, people were going crazy.
willy-nilly. You could just use whatever you wanted.
Like
And,
Big Audio Dynamite was a big start of that too. Right?
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, you could
Huge
just
sampling.
do whatever you wanted. Chop up samples and not give anybody any credit. It was the Wild West.
Yeah, but then, you know, after a while you start to catalog it, and it's not that big of a deal. You just give people the credit for it and keep going. I mean, obviously he still does it, so it's not a huge deal to...
Right, yeah, you just need to give up some points to the people who actually wrote the music.
Right.
Seems fair.
But this is a band that he started called Freak Power. Never heard of the Freak Power?
I've never heard of Freak Power.
Well, this is at some point I could have used this for my guilty pleasure. This is one of those tunes that it's like this could be a yacht rock song.
Really?
Yeah, it has a nice feel to it. But let's listen to it.
What's
Freak
the
Power,
name of it?
It's called Turn On, Tune In, and Cop Out. Do you see how it changed at the end?
Uh-huh.
That's how he got him. That's the switch at the end. But it goes just like this on HD Wow.
Some people been driving too fast. Some people still having the gas. But if there's one thing you gotta concede, you got to know who's driving your car. You get to sixth gear with your foot on the floor. It's just starting in a cruise too far. Whoa. Let it flow now, mama. Let it flow, become a woman. Some people been wasting their time. Some people expanding their mind. But if you know love like the jokers before, then you're likely to be home on the range. No more the cowboy got to flaunt his wares. He's been raising on a different plane. Let it flow now, mama. Well, it's easy to see why the thousands of people people are regularly turning it out. And it's easy to find when you mess with your mind that you've gone beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I would consider it acid jazz.
Okay.
I mean, it reminds me, you know, it was around the time.
Well,
Probably the biggest one was Brand New Heavies.
Well, the whole under his genre thing, there's like big beat, which I'm not necessarily sure what that means, and then electronica, acid house, trip hop. So I see where you're coming from.
But there was it was like a electronic jazz fusion that was going on in the early '90s, and there was like Stereo MCs and Brand New Heavies, and even like Jamiroquai.
Yeah, and there could have been like a super cool, weird trombone solo in the middle.
Right? Yeah, that you know, it was incorporating those kind of brass and woodwind instruments into club music.
Yeah, feels nice, right? That song, it's real chilled out.
Yeah, it's
like it.
it's got a good groove to it.
You could, I feel like he could kind of tell what he was wanting to do around that time.
Yeah, you could see like where he was going after the House Martin stuff, doing very kind of traditional English arrangements to wanting to embrace the club scene, but in a different way, in his own way.
Yeah.
Like more of a soul kind of funky way.
I wonder where Fat Boy Slim came from, because he's not a,
Well, he's slim.
but he's a fat boy.
I don't know. Fat Beats, maybe?
Man, you're almost as street as Baxter.
You know what? I am.
I mean, you're not gonna defile a monkey on the carpet, but you're still street.
I am pretty street.
Street Dave. But yeah, we'll get in some more Norman E. Cook later on. I guess birth name Quentin, which kind of Quentin Cook sounds good. I wonder why he changed that.
To Norman? Is Norman his middle name?
It seems birth name is Quentin Leo Cook. Changed it to Norman, whereas Quentin Cook sounds pretty good. But you know,
Well, you know.
he can do whatever he wants. He's Fat Boy Slim.
All right, it's time for a beer change.
We did change.
We have, I think we finished our homework. We both completed 2 cans worth of chocolate sombrero, did we not?
Yeah, and I feel weird.
Wait, hold on. I have one more sip.
Are you about to
Check me on this. See?
Oh God.
One more sip of brown backwash.
I like that it's in a Yoda glass. You always pick the Yoda glass.
Not on purpose. And now we're going to Toby's beer, which is It's like a tall boy can. It's a
Yeah.
full pint.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look at anything on it. I picked this beer because I liked the way the can looked.
Well, the car on it is the same color as your vet.
I know, it's a cool. It looks like, what is that? Like a GTO or something?
Yeah.
You know, I should have looked at this. There's
It's a hot rod, bro.
some story that's underneath it there. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, it's too dark for me to read it.
Well, it's also, why did they put that
I
color?
didn't bring my readers. I can't read knocked out white letters on a yellow background.
Hold on. Should I turn on the... Do you think it's important?
No. Well, tell us what it is.
Well, it's a beer,
Yes.
and it's... how do you say it? Lagunitas.
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 From California.
It's from California. See, you already know more about it than I do. I want to say that this is... Let me look on this. It's a 5.7,
Not bad.
which is still pretty high, but from what you gave us now seems nicer.
Yeah, we need this. Look at how beautiful crystal
I
clear
know.
that is.
I know it does look good. And it's called something easy.
Something easy ale.
And you know me because of my when we send text, I don't like to put a lot of G's on the end of my things.
Yeah, you definitely like to do the N apostrophe, so I can see why you gravitated to this thing.
Yeah, and you wouldn't believe the autocorrect fight that I go through to make that happen. And because I don't put the apostrophe either. I just like,
Right.
I don't know why, but something compared to something is different for me. But something is totally different.
Right.
And this is something easy, and that's what we needed to make it through our
Yeah, we needed to course correct after Chocolate Sombrero.
Monday afternoon that we decided to get day drinking going.
But it is it's a very pleasing can. I mean, even though it's a giant tall boy can, it's got kind of a pale yellow, pale green, orange. It's nice.
It is nice.
Feels like California.
It makes you want to go to the beach. Have you brought one from this company before? I feel
Lagunitas?
like yeah.
I mean,
feel like
I've
this has
had
come
their
up.
I've had their IPA many times. You can get that in plenty of bars.
But you didn't bring it.
Lagunitas IPA. No.
You haven't done a Laguanadas?
Lagunitas. Look at that pour, bro.
Laguanadas? Oh, dude. That's a giant pint glass, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Glaguananitis?
All right, I'm gonna go in.
Glaguanates?
Why are you having such a hard time? It's very citrusy.
It is citrusy, but it's good.
Yeah, it's got a nice bite to it, but a clean, easy finish. It will definitely go down way smoother.
It's something easy.
How many of these did you get?
I got 3 because they're tall boys, and I just didn't
Thought
know
we
what
could
to
split
do.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good. Now
like
we
it.
changed.
I like it.
And we're about to move on to your now you've not that the last song was at shoegazy because it hit all points
Right.
on the shoegaze.
We're going into
Check off.
the depths of shoegaze.
Man, I don't know how you could even get any more shoegaze, but I can't wait.
Well, you and I both, and a lot of our friends are super gay for shoegaze. I
Yeah.
mean, you were in a band, Little Black Dress, that was basically a shoegaze band.
Yeah. And we were the shoegaze, but with a different spelling.
Right. Yes, because if you are not familiar with the genre of shoegaze, it was dubbed the scene that celebrates itself in the early 90s by NME.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, the scene that celebrates itself.
Of course it does.
And it was all bands that used a lot of guitar pedal effects, and that's why it was called shoegaze, because they were staring at the floor, staring at their shoes hitting all the switches on their pedal board.
Well, the whole thing is everyone thought that they didn't want to look up and look at anyone, but you're having to hit so many pedals and do so many things and get real self-indulgent at the end
Right.
of songs. Like when the singing stops and everyone goes, I think I'm going to use every pedal on this
Right.
board.
How much reverb can we get?
Exactly. Echo, everything, distortion. As crazy as it can get at the end, but that's why everyone was looking at their shoes.
Right. And so, yeah, it was meant to be kind of a derogatory term, but it ended up being embraced. And there's been a resurgence. So you've seen a lot of shoegaze bands reunite and put out new records and tour, like Ride and Slow Dive and My Bloody Valentine.
I would say the Slow Dive and My Bloody Valentine tours were extremely successful,
Yeah.
even more than when they were happening.
Right, yeah. A lot of these bands got back together because they became much bigger after they broke up than they ever were when they were together.
Yeah, and I think Kevin Shields used to say that it was kind of one of those live things that they couldn't ever get it to sound the way they wanted to, but now they can
Right.
make
Yeah,
this
I don't
ball
know.
of
Did you go to
airplane sound.
Did you go to the My Bloody Valentine show at the Southside Music Hall whenever it was?
We didn't go together. I thought we were together.
Were we together? I don't remember.
Man, I
But that
thought
was
my head was going to cave in.
yeah.
at
So
some
that was
point.
the show that as we were walking in, they had like three semi trailers for all of their equipment.
Yeah.
And then when you walked in, they handed everybody earplugs.
Yeah, and I really do think at one point Manny and I made our way up to like dead center, middle of the place. And I think that the rumor was when they kicked it in real heavy at the end that there was a jet engine sample
Oh, really?
that was going on with everything else, that it made you cross-eyed. It was so
Yeah,
insane.
you felt everything through your entire body.
Yeah.
That entire show.
It hurt your chest a little bit.
I stood right in front of the soundboard, and about halfway through, I was glad that I took the earplugs because I actually put them in. It's the only show that I've ever been in my entire life that I actually put in earplugs. And I know that I've done plenty of ear damage,
Yeah.
hearing damage over the course of my life, all the shows that I've been to. And I'm sure that I probably should wear earplugs to every show.
Sure.
But this was the only time that I've ever thought to myself, I really need to put in earplugs.
Yeah, but it wasn't even just the high frequency, like loud, like you're at a metal show. It was more of an
It was just pummeling.
intense-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a wall of sound that just beat you into submission.
Yeah.
It was great.
God, why are we talking about this?
Well, because this next band that I'm going to play
Oh, okay.
worships at the altar of My Bloody Valentine and Slow Dive.
Good.
I mean, those are the shoegaze touchstones, right? If somebody was going to ask you, what is shoegaze, or if I want to learn about shoegaze, who should I listen to? You would say My Bloody Valentine and Slow Dive, right?
Yeah, to start off, definitely. There's a lot of other bands that kind of, they have their toe in it,
Right.
but they're not really, like Catherine Wheel could be considered shoegaze, but they're not really.
Right. And then they kind of got all metal.
Yeah, and then Cocteau Twins, they're not really
Yeah, they dabbled in it, but
they influenced it,
Yeah.
but they're not really shoegaze
yeah.
like these bands. Or I say the new shoegaze is definitely nothing is shoegaze.
Yes. Okay, so the next band that I'm going to play is a band from...
Swerve Driver.
Yes.
I would say
Yeah.
that they're considered a shoegaze.
Yeah.
They would be number 3 on the list.
I would say so.
But go ahead.
But the band that I'm going to play, I would say they have the most in common with Slow Dive. They're a band called the Day Sleepers, and they're from Buffalo, New York. They formed in 2004, and they put out their first full-length record in 2008, which was entitled "Drowned in a Sea of Sound." Which
Man, you
makes
find a
sense.
lot of cool American bands
Yes.
when you think that there's none left.
Yeah, and,
Dave will find them.
And it's mainly one dude, this guy named Jeff Candifer. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce his name, but Jeff Candifer got some friends together who played in other bands in Buffalo, and people that were into shoegaze music, and they put out a bunch of EPs, and then they finally put out "Drowned in a Sea of Sound" in 2008, and then they kind of went away. And at the time, they did get recognition. Like Robin Guthrie from Cocteau Twins and Neil Halstead of Slow Dive were aware and liked the Day Sleepers, but they kind of went away. And they just put out a surprise release to me. I wasn't aware that they were even back together or doing anything, but they put out a record just a couple of weeks ago, their first record in 10 years. Oh crap, what the hell is it called? Oh, it's called Creation.
They called it Creation?
Yeah, they called it Creation.
Of course they did. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because Creation was the label that had so many shoegaze greats on it.
And other greats. Did you ever see that documentary, The Creation?
Yes,
It's
yes.
cool. Man,
So good.
so good.
So, yes, the Day Sleepers came back after a 10-year absence and reduced. They came back after a 10-year absence and released Creation. And so, whereas their first record, "Drowned in a Sea of Sound," was all the songs, the titles kind of were related to water and the ocean and
Sadness.
waves and everything. So Creation is more in space, talking about ethereal concepts.
They went Bowie.
Yeah. So it was tough for me to pick which song to play. It's a very it's a great sounding record. There's not necessarily any one track that just jumps off to me that is like, this is the single or this is the one that you have to hear. There's just a lot of really good songs. But I ended up picking this song because I think it has just the most beautiful, just shoegazy build and release. And I think you'll like it.
Well, you
definitely
went through it. This is track 8.
Yes, this is track 8 off the brand new Day Sleepers record, which is entitled Creation. This song is called Flood in Heaven on HD Wow.
Man,
The Day Sleepers, bro.
it's definitely cool. I mean, it's a good jam, but man, that is so slow dive.
I know.
I mean, when it kicks off, it could have easily been on Souvlaki or one of those records, right?
Yeah, so I'm reading some quotes from Jeff Candifer, the main guy.
That name sounds really familiar, like he was in something else, but I don't know why. But go ahead.
But he just talks about, that he knows that a lot of people lump them in as kind of a slow dive or My Bloody Valentine cover band. But he says that what he thinks sets them apart is somewhat of their song structure and the fact that they're influenced by a lot of bands that we love. He says we're definitely inspired by shoegaze and dream pop bands, but I was a fan of The Cure, The Smiths, Talk Talk, Japan, Tears for Fears, New Order, and Depeche Mode
Right.
long before I listened to shoegaze. So I have
course.
those influences.
Yeah, which is what shoegaze bands used to listen to.
Right.
That's just the way it is. But it's cool. Why not?
Yeah, I'm anxious to play some of the rest of that record for you later on.
I would say that the shoegaze scene, even though I would say even back when we were doing the Little Black Dress stuff, there even seemed to be more of a resurgence, and that was 10 years ago.
Right.
There's not like there is an oversaturation of shoegaze bands.
No,
You know what I
not
mean?
at all.
So I think that they're fine. Like, I don't think that, it's like emo bands or something stupid like that.
Yeah, there's definitely not a glut of shoegaze bands.
I would, if they came through Houston or Dallas, I would definitely go see that just because why not? It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, like I said, there's nothing that necessarily stands out that makes you want to put your fist in the air or raises the hair on the back of your neck, but everything is just really good. It's just solid from the first song to the last song. And, and they're so indie that if you tweet at them on the Twitter, they'll reply. When the Day Sleepers put out this creation a couple weeks ago, and I retweeted it because I was so excited. I didn't even know that they were coming out with it. We got into a Twitter conversation. It was back and forth about, thanks for liking it, and people replying to me like, I didn't know this was coming out, and then Day Sleepers were talking to them like, yo, I love The Cure, because somebody said this reminds them of The Cure, and they're, The Cure's my favorite band.
See what you're doing?
So we're bringing people together here on
And
H2L.
you really are. You see, you are. I'm just an in-between. I'm pushing buttons over here, Dave, while you're doing the real magic.
No, but you're also taking us back in time to things that we need to know about.
Gotta go back in time.
Which brings us to
The Huey Lewis song I'm about to play next.
Yeah.
Called Back in Time. From the Back,
the
to,
Back
the
to the
Future
Future
series. I kind of want to close the show with that now. When's the last time
Wasn't
you heard
there a story about somebody else was supposed to do that song and then they turned it down and then they gave it to Huey Lewis? I don't know.
Oh, God. Whatever it was, they made a huge mistake. Gotta go back in time.
So, Day Sleepers. Good, right?
Like it.
Like it.
Really like it. I want to see them.
Yeah, I don't know if they tour. I don't know if they'll do a tour. It seems like it's kind of a bedroom project at this point, but maybe they will. I don't know.
I kind of want to see it. Lagunitas. Lagunatas.
So Freak Power puts out their record, and then Norman Cook decides that he wants to go even further into the DJ club scene. He's more of a producer than an artist now.
There are things that you can look up on the YouTubes that you see the Fatboy Slim kind of go through how he has all of his keyboards and samplers set up. It's really cool. It's kind of the same situation like Moby.
Right.
or whatever. Like, it's kind of cool to see what their setups are because they're usually pretty simple. And he kind of points at, I put records on this and do this, put it into this sampler, and I play this on these keyboards, and But I think it's awesome that the bass player from the House Martins just decided one day he was going to get a bunch of equipment and figure out how to do all this.
Yeah, I mean, he had a big hand in kind of inventing a genre.
And now not that it didn't pay off then. Everything, once again, like Vince Clarke, the guy, everything he touches turns to gold. I'm reading the thing now. Did you see the Guinness World Record thing?
No, I didn't find that. Did you find it?
It's not that big of a deal, but it's for the most top 40 hits under different names.
Still,
that's a ton. And of course, he's
how
won
many under
Enemies
different
that-
names?
They don't mention
Oh.
it, but of course he's been with a whole bunch of people. And we'll get into the. I almost played the David Byrne stuff that he did, the Brighton Port Authority. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
That's after Fatboy Slim, and then he went back to Fatboy Slim again. And now he, of course, you'll see pictures of him playing in Brazil, and there's he's just DJing. And
Right.
it is, he looks like, all those giant DJ guys that are Shadow or whoever, that they're just up there, and
Like
there
Tiesto and
all those
Marshmello and
Yeah.
Skrillex and all those
Skrillex
people.
and all those dudes. Now he's back, and of course everyone wants to see his set and the thing. So it is packed at these festivals, and it's just him.
It's crazy though, because I don't know if he was the first, but you think back to the 90s and the thought of a festival crowd going nuts and watching one dude on stage
Yeah.
with turntables.
Because it's not
and a
even like
laptop.
Prodigy stuff where they throw the dude out there. There's a
Yeah,
couple
there's
of
not an
guys.
MC out front.
Yeah, or a couple of the Underworld or a couple of those other DJ things where there's two dudes and they're doing all that. It's just him.
Yeah, like the Chemical Brothers, there's the two dudes and they have their banks of stuff, and even Daft Punk, they have all of their equipment.
Yeah, and
But
he's
it's just him.
And he was doing the producer stuff before that too. I'm reading on this, he did Beastie Boys, Tribe Called Quest, Groove Armada, all these different. But the Dust Brothers, I don't think ever played shows. They were just producers, right?
Right.
So he kind of.
Yeah,
was,
he kind of blurred the line between
from the 80s
between
to 90s
a club
till now.
a club DJ and a record producer to a live act.
Festival headliner.
Yeah.
It's insane what this guy has done. And also, you just roll up there with a computer and a turntable and a giant light show and go, I'm taking all this with me. Think about it.
Yeah, you
it's
just
the
plug
most
in.
genius move ever. But anyway, I'm going to play a hit. Just because you got to play the hits, right?
Yeah, and you don't even think about how many hits that he's had under the Fatboy Slim name until you start going through those first two records. Those first two records are huge. Better Living Through Chemistry, and then what's the second one?
What is it? You've Come a Long Way, Baby.
Yeah, You've Come a Long
and
Way, Baby.
Halfway Between the Gutter and the Stars. And then he keeps going. He's back again. He's on tour again, I think, right now. And this is after he did the David Byrne stuff, which we'll listen to later on our Dark Web podcast that no one can find because
We don't post it.
we don't want people to find it because it's so undercover.
But he just prints money.
But
He's a genius.
you can also tell how good it is because of all the people he has in his videos. So the Praise You song that was a giant hit, Spike Jonze
Right.
did the video, all one take, dancing in front of a movie theater.
I can't remember.
It was just in the street somewhere,
Yeah.
but they all had this planned out thing, one take deal. And then Weapon of Choice had, oh crap, we thought about this earlier and we couldn't remember it.
Yeah, it was Christopher Walken dancing through the lobby of a Marriott.
But dancing real hard.
Right.
Like he is,
Like up and down the escalators and across the lobby and just going for it.
yeah, so the people he has behind him, like how can you
And that
call...
was also a Spike Jonze video.
Oh, it was?
Weapon of Choice, yeah.
You know what? He might have done the rest. He might have done the song that we're about to play. But, obviously he's pretty big that he can just call up people and they'll do this thing for a DJ video. But he also makes his DJ songs into more of their tunes.
Right. Yeah. When we were listening before we were plugging in the songs for the show, we were going back and listening to some of the songs from that first record, Better Living Through Chemistry, and it had a song for Lindy and Michael Jackson.
And the song for Lindy is your favorite.
Yeah,
jam.
song for Lindy was my favorite, but they're very like repetitive DJ, like club tunes, where you can just like mix in and mix out wherever. It's not a pop song.
Right.
And then he figured out how to take that and turn it into a pop song with Praise You and Weapon of Choice.
And he never has to sing on it.
No.
He's just taking different things.
No, he's crafting a pop hit out of all of these disparate parts and making it into something new.
But,
oh God!
Oh wait, man, you are partying. That sounded like
Sorry.
you were just.
Why
do you keep stacking up all those cans in the
I kicked
tub?
over my Lagunitas empty. Sorry about that.
All right, let's
What
jam
are we
it.
jamming? What's the name of this one?
It's the Rockefeller Skank one. You know.
bro!
The Rockefeller Skank from Fatboy Slim on
High tea.
with Old Waver.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, 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 right about 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 now, 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 right about now, 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 right about right about now, Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul
So insane.
It's crazy, right?
We were talking like he puts himself in this corner,
And he finds
and then
way
you're
out.
like, how is he going to get out of this? What is he going to do? And then he just smashes it and gets it into this whole other thing.
But it does make you see why, half the time I hate the DJ stuff, and then half the time I get it. 'Cause
Right.
I'd want to be at that. To
Yeah.
see, like a 20-minute version of what he's going to do with
I mean,
different
one of
samples.
the best shows I've ever seen in my life was Daft Punk at Lollapalooza in Chicago.
Yeah, they're doing things. They have singers and they make a...
Well, not their live show. The live show is just it was the Alive, the pyramid thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just them and their, mixing boards, and you don't even know what they're doing. They may not be doing anything, but it's still awesome.
Man.
By the way, would you like to guess at Fatboy Slim's celebrity net worth from celebritynetworth.com, the website future billionaires read every day? Craig
know,
Miller's
he's-
favorite website.
I'm going to go with 14 million.
Pretty much double that, 30 million.
Really?
$30 million.
Good God.
Yeah,
He's just living... Is he still living in Brighton? I hope he does.
I think so.
If he does, he's the richest man in Brighton. There's no doubt about that. I love that. I kind of want it, but he also seems like one of those dudes that you want to hang out. Like, he seems cool. Have you ever
Well,
seen him in interviews and stuff?
well, and
He
you
just seems
see
like
him-
a normal dude.
When you see him doing those giant festival shows where it's just him on stage, I mean, he is a goofy dude.
He's a goofy dude.
Like he does like Carlton dances.
Yeah.
He has no shame.
But it also makes him more appealing.
Right,
like
yeah,
when the
he's-
singer of OMD dances and you're kind of like, man, he looks terrible.
Right,
but it makes you
he
want to
just-
watch him.
Yeah, he just doesn't care. He doesn't
Yeah.
care what anyone thinks, and I admire that because I care what everyone thinks. It's been a long time since I've listened to Fatboy Slim because, I went through a phase in the late '90s when, when mainstream radio was going all towards, like Korn and Limp Bizkit and
when mainstream alternative got heavy.
yeah, when it got real heavy and stupid, and
sure
I went more electronic, and I was definitely into the big beat thing, and God, what else was going on? Drum and bass, and all of that stupid stuff at that time. And I was really, really into Fatboy Slim for a while. And then I just kind of lost touch, and I haven't listened to it in forever. But I appreciate the fact that you brought it out and played it because it does make you happy.
I know it's good, right?
It is just mindless party music that just makes you want to
Party.
throw this Lagunitas back.
I know, and it's kind of cool
And
that
bounce around a little
he's
bit.
been. What a nice life, and I don't know. Maybe his life was a little darker than what it seems like. But to me, if you start off with the House Martins with a song called "Happy Hour," and then you're ending with stuff
Right.
like this, it seems like he's been
Seems like he likes to
having
party.
a pretty good time.
Yeah, he likes to party, and we like to party. Are we gonna get out of here with some more Cocteau Twins?
Did you not have anything else to say?
No, I got nothing. Let's get out of here.
We might go out.
go
or
party.
We might go out later. You
Yeah.
into that still, or did the chocolate?
I just saw Joe and Pace pulling into the driveway, so
Okay,
let's party.
so let's party. Here we go. I don't know when this is going to start. I'll just start it up. Hold on. I feel good about it.
Northern Nights of Jericho.
she's really saying.
I like the walnut safe that you came up with.
Thank you for listening to H2Wow, September 2018, episode 15. I'm Dave, he's Toby. We'll be back next month with more stupid conversation and hopefully more tunes that you love like this one. Happy 28th anniversary,
Big
Amateur
ending.
Las Vegas.
What's a walnut safe?